share is going off. Okay, so today we start with after build this already table, make sure it's correct, and that's what we used. So the only table I'm open now is the PA, is the production attraction table here. And what we're gonna do is we transfer 24 hours data to 1 hour peak hour, which is this year is AM peak OD table. Okay, so we go PA to OD. Make sure this is correct since we only opened one table, so it's not gonna be wrong. We go 7 and 8, which is the morning peak. We have 3 metrics for each purpose. Since we changed, we fix the departure rate and the return rate, and then we select them right here. See, Transcat automatically match it for you. And the vehicle occupancy, let me check with the professors. So 1.1 for home-based work, 1.4 for home-based other, and the 1.2 for non-home-based. Okay, so we click OK, and this is gonna be the OD hourly morning peak table we made. Okay. You don't need to write that because I did it before. We click OK, and then we look at the table we got. So first, you should notice this should be out 0 because remember the hourly table, the rate for return home base W is 0. And the zone 4, originally we don't have P. That's why. So home base other, we have 0 here because zone 4 again is 0, but return rate and departure rate are not both 0. We go to non-home base, which is very few trips. Obviously, you can see in the morning peak, which is match over assumption. So now what we do is close the hourly table. Remember to clean your window in Transcat. Clean all the table you don't use, just in case you accidentally choose the wrong one. Okay, so now for task 5, what we need to do is to add the external trip OD table to the current estimation and then do the assignment. So what we need to do is we need to create an external location table first. Then we go back to the map first. We make sure the working layer is nodes because we're going to create an OD matrix directly from the map. That's important. So we go to fill, make sure you have it on or it won't work for you. So we go back to fill, we create new matrix, and then we click OK. So what we do is not open a matrix, we create a new matrix. We click OK. So here, this matrix is gonna be the external OD table. We use float because the automatically create matrix is float. The selection we use is centroid. So you have to make sure your centroid ID is the ID here. You need to make sure what you are using is exactly the default ID they gave here. And then we go to index. We choose row index and column index. The index is those numbers you can see for the zone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 8. We click OK, and what Transcat do is giving me an empty table here. So we click OK. And that's gonna be the external OD table. You type it in, make sure it's in the same root, we save. So that's an empty table. So here we need to add a number in manually, which is let me share the screen here. So if you open Task5, you will see this external OD table, AM 1 hour peak vehicle trips, which is important. We're not using person trip. You need to identify that in your report. So 8 zones, origin, destination, which match with Transcad setting up right now. So what I did is I put the table in Excel first, because later on you need to analyze the whole information you are using in your report. So you need to add up those columns and rows. This is a suggestion I'm giving you now, is you should look at those numbers, add up, and have an idea about what's going on in this Miasma beach. So what we do now is simply copy and paste the whole matrix here. Make sure you check with the number with professor's task. I didn't check it. If any number I'm using is wrong here, don't be surprised. You should check it. Okay, so now we have two metrics open here. One is external OD table, another is hourly peak, which is both morning peak, so they can be added up together. So now we go to metrics. We append them together first. So this is PA to OD. Append the metric fields, PA to OD. So you're gonna append external location OD table to this current AM peak hour table. Click OK. Looks like nothing changed, but if you do this job list, you will see that. Let's name the matrix 1, and you don't need this anymore, so just click close. And in the matrix, you should be able to edit the name. So you click rename and click external OD. You click OK. So what I'm showing you is the easiest way to do it in Transcad, because the programming just do the job for you. There is other way to get the overall table, but I'm not going to show you right now. I'm going to show you the easiest way to finish this project. So we go back to matrix, we go quick sum, we click it, and then you go back to the window. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth table is the quick sum for 1, 2, 3, 4 tables contained here. So there's one thing important is if you change any number in this table, you're going to change it permanently. So make sure you do your job carefully. Just don't change anything after you click the quick sum. So this is the final table we're going to use to do the user equilibrium to get the output of the whole 4-step model. This is the input for the last step. So what we're going to do here is go back to Highway Street, and then let's have a look of what is it doing here. So what we use is perform trip assignment, blah, blah, blah. You need to make sure you read through everything. So to this step, you should be seeing use AM peak hour and use user equilibrium assignment. That's what we're gonna do in Miasma Beach. We go planning, static traffic assignment, which is what the task asks, the traffic assignment. We click it. And there's a unconjugate UE, path-based UE user equilibrium. So this year they actually provide that, which is great. So you have travel time, your capacity, you need to make sure it's a total capacity, which is what we ask for this class. So read through. The default is 0.01 for converge, and what we're going to use is 0.001. So that's the number we need. So, well, the gap is actually has one more zero here. Well, what we're going to do is just change it to 0.001, which is what professor asked here. Okay. Let's see. We click matrices, click some, make sure everything's right. And the network is the news network. If you have any update, make sure you have a new network and use the new network here. Because anything changed is not going to read directly from the data view in your network right now. It's going to read it from this field you created. So if you change anything, you fix the network, make sure you create a new network. And we click OK. And then this is the final result. So we want to have another folder to make sure just to make sure you have it separately from the other result you're going to have for future alternative, because you're going to find those folders name are all the same. So make sure you create another folder to storage your result, because the field names are going to look like all the same. So what we do is click OK. It's done. So now this is the converge field, which is required. You should plot it for your report. And this is the final report. Let's always do it by group code, which is make it clear. So now we're going to see AB flow, BA flow, total flow, the AB time, BA time, which is BPR function time. So that should be different from the input travel time, which is here, which is different. And then you will see VOC, which is important criteria to measure which location has the bad congestion problem. And then VMT, you will see VHT, which is all the important output for user equilibrium.